lightning and the thunder. We're going.
Wow, you were like a singer.
Lightning.
Sorry, I got it way down.
Okay, now we're pumping. Now we're feeling it. We're talking about Zyra Talk today, AI chat. What do you know about synthetic intelligence, AI bots?
Yeah, more now.
Well, you're listening to the Arbitron rated #1 business comedy business podcast in the world.
Yeah, and Nielsen. Hold on.
Nielsen ratings through the roof. Our numbers have gone up, right?
Yes.
That's what you told me?
Yes.
So if you're listening out there, share this with a friend, loved one, your friend trying to get the side hustle going.
I want money.
He says that all the time.
They got an Etsy shop.
I want money.
They're selling lemonade on the corner. Yeah, we want little kids to listen.
Give me money.
Even though
I got too many money ones, huh?
it's a little explicit on this show. Parental advisory warning. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the #1 content management system, drag and drop, website creator, easy templates, easy to make with your two little paws. You don't need to be a programmer or a designer. A lot of resources if you get stuck. And if you hit up the link in this episode description, you get the hookup. Holler if you hear me.
Ooh.
We need to make them say, drop. Oh.
No, you don't. I told you don't get to request the drops.
I threw a drop to you the other
I
day.
am the drop keeper.
Well, we got,
Suck my pussy from behind.
Yeah.
The drop keeper.
you're like the key maker in the Matrix. You're a tiny Asian man.
You don't have to do. I already said drop keeper thing.
I know, I was building on it. Hey, this is how we go. Howdy toddy.
Wow.
Let's get it going.
Sweat equity. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
Cool. I checked out some episodes last week. I'm excited to be here.
You did, huh? So what'd you think? We need a good feedback loop. What'd you like? What'd you dislike? You know, in marketing, people forget business development and marketing, or just business in general. You forget about the feedback loop because it hurts.
Positive only.
Yeah.
We're sensitive, so tell us all the good things first.
Yeah, to be honest, we'll start with the front. I liked the energy. You guys definitely bring a fun, loosey-goosey, kind of entertaining energy to these things, which is cool to see in business just because, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always really focused on being professional and uptight and using the right verbiage to come across as, as professional as possible. And sometimes with everything going on in the world, it's cool to see people able to still talk about business but lighten up the mood and be funny about it.
Now that's a real sales guy right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
why don't you intro yourself and the company, and then you can shower us with more compliments.
Yeah, we'll go back to that.
Yeah, of course. So before I keep giving you guys kudos, my name is Andrew Mayer. I am the VP of Strategic Partnerships over at Zyra Talk. We are a small and private business based out of Phoenix, Arizona. Me and my partner started the company back in 2016. A little bit about us. Originally, we were a lead generation business for about a year. And then the twins, two of our three founders, saw a massive opportunity because they're huge tech gurus. They saw a wide open opportunity in the conversational software space. So not to bore you guys to death, but what we do today is we specialize in automated chat. We have a 24/7 fully automated web chat platform that helps service-based businesses and other companies in the SMB space focus on online conversions, qualified leads, all that good stuff, hyper-personalize the experience on their website, make sure they're providing ease of use when it comes to communication, customer service, and all of those good things that everybody wants to have when going on a website without having to pick up the phone, right? So I'm 29 years old. My partners are roughly 30. We're fairly young, but we're really professional. We like having fun, though, on the side. And we've got roughly 30 employees, and it's been a great run. We're looking to continue to grow in our business. We've got roughly about 5,000 clients, and we want to keep that going.
Yeah, I told him we'd give him old man advice he didn't ask for.
Oh.
because our
You should run for office.
yeah, you got you're very eloquent, unlike us.
Right.
I guess where to start. I'm gonna reverse our normal way of doing things. I'm gonna ask the question we usually say for the end. I'm gonna try it at the beginning and see if it's any different.
Okay.
And maybe I think because every time we ask the question,
I do like getting it out of the way.
well,
There's that part of it.
have you come up with something else?
No, I always forget.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You should use that LiveScribe pen I gave you. You need to take down notes. It'll back it up.
I already
To-do
ran.
list?
The one I ran over with the lawnmower
Yeah.
on accident.
I gave you a second one.
On purpose. What am I? I hate that thing.
Didn't I give you another one?
Probably.
Another
I
used one?
did that one too. Right in the lawnmower.
Cool.
It's fun.
That one was
Flies
on
right
purpose.
out. It was kind of dangerous. It was
That one
sweet.
was on purpose, I feel like.
That one was absolutely on purpose.
But every time we ask a question, about half the time the answer, there's more questions we want to ask after it, and then we're like, bye.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give your 13-year-old self? And I know that
Roughly
was
2 years ago.
yeah, you beat me to it.
I know.
Yeah, a good one. To be honest, I was always really hard on myself as a young kid because I was really big into athletics, and I always wanted to be the best. And obviously, it's really hard to be the best in sports like tennis, football, soccer, basketball, really saturated sports that are often played around the whole world, right? So for me, if I could have gone back, one thing that I would have told a 13-year-old myself, also 18 and maybe even early 20s, is to not be so hard on myself. And I don't mean that in terms of work ethic. I definitely am proud of the work ethic I had because it's kept up in my more adult, life years.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always the type to just be freaking out and stressing out and always thinking about the worst versus just focusing on the good things that were going for me and knowing that if I put in the work, things would pan out, whether that was sports, whether that was school, whether that was work. So I look back today, and obviously I want to improve my situation, but I'll be honest with you guys, when I was a kid, again, around young teens, I was always freaking out about, what do I want to do with my life? Is it tennis? Is it sports? Or is there more out there for me? Am I going to be successful? I would probably just tell myself to take a step back and chill a little bit, to be honest.
So you were an uptight kid?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
I was the opposite.
I was.
I should have
Same.
worried more.
I was a sack of shit. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll figure that shit out later.
Right. It'll happen.
I didn't gain work ethic until later. So what was stressing you out? Why?
My dad was always really hard on me. He is in corporate law, and may just be because we're an Italian family, or may just be because he's a lawyer, or maybe both. But he was just always up in my case. I'm 29, and he's still up in my case, asking me about my work, my finances, my company. I can never get a break from that guy. So I have a big feeling that it was.
He's behind you.
And yeah, I bet. I wouldn't be surprised.
That reads more of an attorney thing. Well, I mean, you become an attorney because you kind of have that personality,
We
but
both have attorney fathers. Interesting.
yeah. But I've been around a lot of attorneys, and they're just very diligent. And then depending on how you parent, I'm very laissez-faire, which means I don't really want to do a lot of stuff.
Right.
I tell everybody I want my kids to figure things out, but I really just don't want to get up
Yeah.
and look away from my
Great.
phone.
It's a great slogan for a lazy dad.
No, yeah, I'm like, they're on
By helping them, you're hurting them.
they're like, someone was like, I was at the beach and they're like, do you want to help them with the sandcastle? I was like, no. I want them to learn.
Right.
It was just because I didn't want to do anything.
I know.
At the moment.
I was in the same situation.
Is that what you did?
I was like, yeah, you guys. No, what I do is I say, Avery, be in charge of your brother and cousins, and she bosses them around. They play like they're like just soldiers doing whatever, and everybody's happy. She
Yeah.
gets a little power. They just get told what to do.
It's a good tactic.
Thanks.
I felt like I bought a lot of dad credit too because I spent about an hour, 2 hours just building a massive Hot Wheels track, connecting all the Hot Wheels track
Right.
Friday night.
And they were moved on 3 things past what you were doing.
Oh no! My son was in, dude. He was like
okay.
Elon Musk engineering. Like he's like, why don't we put?
Oh, wow.
It was like kind of absurd, like how good he was at like fixing anything that was wrong because he could figure out. Like I was like, you need more. I kept telling him inertia. I don't even know if that's the right word.
That probably was right.
I don't know physics really, so but I was just like, you need more speed. You need more power out of this thing. And he's like, what if we up it right here on the curve? It can get around, but it'll get enough speed to go down and finish. And I was like, what?
It's not gonna work.
I was like, that's great. And look, your dad's probably asking you, or your mom maybe. I don't know if mom's in the picture, but you know, my parents stopped asking me if I about like becoming an attorney. I don't know if you're getting those questions because they don't understand the internet and a lot of work that I do online. Mm-hmm. So it went from you can still go to law school until about 34.
Plus, your name
right.
law.
I know. I'm gonna use that for a law firm landing page. I think I'm just gonna really.
I
sell
am
out.
the law. You do the Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Keep him on there. Copyright.
Judge Dredd. And then about 35, 36, they're like, why don't you be a mailman? And I was like,
Wow.
I was like, yeah, they do actually make decent money. They make six figures.
What?
Yeah.
The guy who delivers my mail's making six figures. You
I'm
sure
not
about
saying
that?
all of them, but I'm saying like you can't like
All of them.
not all of them, but
Right. The one driving in around in the Mercedes postal van.
oh, it's shared, baby. They're like a cab. They share them all.
Yeah, I know.
And then it went from that to becoming an Imagineer, which I didn't really know what that. I'd never heard of that. You know what that is? You know, Disney's pretty far from y'all.
The guru with my hands, so not really, to be honest.
Did-
I'm a generalista, but not necessarily.
It's one of those Disney words they made up for engineers at Disney, I guess, because Orlando's 90 miles away from us. And I was like, what the fuck is it?
I still don't understand what the hell what it is.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to go be an Imagineer. That sounds like a real job, Mom. And she's like, no, it is. They're all the engineers at Disney in Orlando. Like they have to, they're called Imagineers. I was like, I'm going to be senior vice president of Imagineering.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Ladies love to hear that.
And I'm like,
He's an Imagineer.
what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a baller Imagineer.
Right. Oh, so you just make it up.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Yeah, I can actually relate to that. We've been doing this, like I told you guys, for 6 years, and I'm really close to my parents. We're from Italy, so we have that tradition of getting together on Sundays and eating a bunch of food. And 6 years, every Sunday straight, I've been trying to tell my mom what it is that I do for work, and she couldn't tell you the slightest idea what I do for a living.
So you've done the pitch. I used to do that too. I had my mom in my office when I had an agency. I go, okay, this is what I do. We help businesses. Just start there.
You got to show them something. You got to
I
give them a
did.
PDF.
Oh, dude, I went through.
They need
I go,
a solid thing. Like they got to kind of be able to touch it. They touch the screen that it's on, or a piece of paper they print out.
Well, she thought I was being really condescending. I was like, you know what a website is. Like I had to start there.
Yes, I know
right.
what a website is.
And I go, okay, you know how businesses have one. Okay, that we do. That's part of
There's
the work.
1
we do.
million things they can do with it.
And then like they have to get leads, so we help them with that. You know that. So you got to break it down piece by piece. But it's a fool's errand. You'll do the rest of your life.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she just, I don't know, when she talks to her family back home, she just tells them that I talk to a lot of clients about business. That's the most that she can summarize.
That's it. I mean, it's true. It's true. Oh, you got to look alike.
Yeah, I think you look like basketball player Matt Bonner. I was pulling it up. I was like,
A little bit.
San Antonio, favorite team.
what's that?
I was born in San Antonio. The Spurs is my favorite team.
Oh yeah,
nice.
very nice. So
I
okay,
always had
Pocket.
that beautiful black silver fire crotch red hair combo.
I can't tell if his hair's red. I don't know.
Matt Bonner, I'm talking about when he played for the Spurs.
Just like the Red Rock.
Yeah.
So tell us about. All right. So you're in the middle. Let's talk about. Is it Zyra or Zira? Because you're gonna have a Zapier problem probably.
Zaire. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the way I
It's Zapier, by the way.
is that-
What's that?
The way I remember that it's Zapier, not Zapier, is it rhymes with happier. That's how I nailed the Zapier one down. But for us, it's Zyra.
Zyra. Okay. Yeah.
See, I mean, with Zapier.
It's Zapier
like
because there's
you just-
Zaps.
Right.
Yeah. I don't
They're
get
not
it.
Zapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like everybody wants to sound like they're from the Midwest when they say it. Zapier. Zapier?
Is that well, okay?
Zapier.
That high A. So
But with Zyra, I don't think I would have that problem. The Y really, Zyra, Most people are going to think
Yeah,
Zyra.
quite a bit.
I think Zygote when I see it, but that's just
Still
me.
works.
And look, much like a Zygote, you guys are kind of a beginning company. Smooth. How do we? All right, here comes some real questions. What is the AI part about this? AI is thrown around a lot,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm starting to think it's like a coverall.
We
Like,
should make our own AI.
remember, I was like dumbfounded about all the food labeling. I was like, do you know you could just put whatever, like keto on anything? And you're like, yeah. And I was just like,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
know
a
that.
lot
I
of
thought you had to
that
like.
There's like a few select words that you can't put on there without whatever, but yeah, you can pretty much put whatever on there you want.
So, what makes it an AI product? Software.
Yeah, no, I-
Period. The end.
I love the question because a lot of clients that we serve, when they initially talk to us, they're fascinated by the automation we provide because it's truly automated. So to answer your question, we live in a digitized world, right? Everything we're doing today is evolving around technology, the way we communicate, the way we live, the way we even move around, the way we do business. So for us, when we were a lead generation business, we saw all of these leads coming onto the website and having to A, pick up the phone, or B, fill out some sort of contact form, right? And a lot of live chat services that were out there were pitching automation, but the reality is that the customer would have to communicate or text back and forth with the client. So what we did, and why we say we're fully automated, we're fully AI, is because we built thousands of conversation flows so that we can automate conversations for any service-based business around any talking point, hiring, blogs, financing, about us, employment, whatever the case is. So when we say automate, we are literally automating the entire conversation on the website, all the way from conversations around employment opportunities, all the way from conversations about promotions for plumbing and HVAC companies specifically that have a wide variety of services, and then obviously capturing lead information. We also automate the way that these leads are routed to the company. So we have an intelligent lead routing system that through the automation, based off of the inquiry, based off of the lead, the AI knows exactly what lead, what chat should be going to what point of contact on the organization side.
What makes that different than an auto? All right.
A giant decision tree.
Yeah, a workflow, if you will. I while you were going, I can tell this is a polished answer because you had kind of a politician's beginning to that. This is a digital world.
Right.
Yep.
Set the stage.
I don't want any kids to go hungry. Okay. Everybody should be working if they want to work. So
If they want.
I was chatting with the on your site with the chat bot. I just put in penis as the something else answer. It says we've received your message, and then it says, "Can you have your name?" Dr. Wienerfart is what I put in because this is a mature business show.
Gold.
Comedy gold
Pure
here.
gold.
I just want to let you know, just in case one of your people's like, "What the fuck?"
Nope, that's got the notification, so we're good.
Oh wow, okay, you're on top of it as well.
Yeah.
So, what's the difference? What makes it AI? What's the difference between an automation that is if this then that to AI?
Or what does the A stand for? Should we? Is it automated
Oh,
intelligence?
very good question.
Good question. I'll take it from here. So AI, artificial intelligence, when you are chatting with a chat bot, you're usually just filling out some sort of contact, information with your name, your number, your email, maybe some sort of positive or negative complaint or a need of yours. But then it's not automated anymore. It goes to the company gives a notification, and they've got to text back and forth with that client. That's not automated. That's manual live chat or manual SMS. With us, when you come onto a website where ZyraTalk is on, we literally are automating that entire conversation. So we're qualifying the need behind the customer. What do they need? Is it a qualified lead for the company that they're chatting on their website? And then we focus on all of the data, right? The name of the client, the location to make sure that they're in the right service area of the company. Did they put a valid phone number in, a valid email in? Are they looking to have a conversation around a specific product or a specific service or a specific need? And we automate the A word, that entire conversation. So by the time I go to my client, and say, hey, client, ZyraTalk just captured a lead for you. You don't need to capture any of the details from them anymore because we already have everything for you. Name, number, email, all that good stuff. You just need to book, call, and close that business. So the entire portion behind the actual booking appointment or closing the sale on the call or meeting, the entire process up to that is completely automated. The client doesn't have to touch or check anything.
Okay. Do you have, all right, how about, this is not always a fun question. Why should I use it over Drift, which is, you know, kind of out of our backyard?
Right, but Drift is manual.
No, it's not. You can automate it.
I don't know. I haven't used it in a while, but I mean, but you're talking about like building out.
You can build it out, but it'll also, you have to build this out too, Zyra. You have to build out answers and stuff like a workflow.
Hold on there.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think you do. From what I
think they help you with that, right?
Yep. To answer your question, why you should use us over Drift is because Drift is a little bit more only in the B2B space, whereas we've worked with both. But secondly, something that is very important specifically for small to medium-sized businesses is the S word. And I don't mean the SaaS word, I mean the service word, customer service. And that's where we come in, and we have taken a completely different approach than all of our competitors. All of our competitors, including Drift, are self-serve. They have an amazing platform. It's a great product, but you have to set everything up yourself. You have to train your team. You have to manage the entire implementation process. Whereas with us, in implementation, we give you dedicated onboarding managers, dedicated account managers. We give you all the resources internally that are going to build everything out for you. You, the client, literally don't have to touch anything because once we're done building out your account, we work with your specific web developer to install it successfully on your website. So by the time you're live, you haven't done anything to implement this successfully. We do everything for all of our customers.
That is a differentiator in a big way. I know you have your competitive advantages chart probably behind your screen right there, but it's one of those things where the worst part of running a small business, and Eric loves this term I came up with. You get app sap, where you have too many apps. You never learned. You haven't heard that in a couple of years.
It's not your worst.
It's pretty bad.
Not your worst.
I like that.
Pretty bad.
Well, look, tech stack, app, website, SaaS, whatever the fuck, digital product. I don't know why calling it a product's still tough for me because it's not tangible. But that's great. Y'all found that key differentiator. You're working, it looks like, with a lot more kind of localized, hyper-local targeting businesses like Stanley Steamer or plumbing companies, HVAC, you mentioned, dental, orthodontics, really hitting those professional service sector because the last thing they want to do is have to sit and learn an app when they're already learning, like they've already done 80 hours in a week, of full of other things. So y'all really boosted value by having the sales enablement aspect of it to onboard them with the app.
Yeah. So who's your closest competitor, if I may ask?
Yeah, I would say our closest competitor is a wide variety of live chat services, actually. Agencies that either outsource their live chat agents overseas or just third-party call centers that do the live chatting for the company. And people love numbers. So I always like saying that with live chat, when we steal a client from live chat, we analyze their previous data, and it's usually around 30 to 35% conversion rate. The minute they move to Zyra, they see roughly a minimum 95% completion rate because what we've done with our conversation flows is we've analyzed all the data from all the different industries that we serve, medical, legal, home services, you name it, and we've truly built out all the different conversation flows to not only automate them and focus on providing the highest conversion rate possible, but really making sure that we're providing the most professional, customer service-oriented responses. So I would say our most common competitor and the one we have most fun coming up against is live chat, just because we can usually cut your cost down in half, and we can improve your conversion rates over 50%.
The kid knows his stuff.
Dude, if you if you build out these automation, basically, if you build this out so that it's damn near perfect, that is a good recipe to get bought out by I don't even know, but like there is a.
Yeah, scaling up.
I mean, you won't even if you have that data and you have that. I don't even know what it would
Yeah,
be.
because the back end on this
code
deal
or
is
whatever.
maybe
Dude.
they house the data.
Dude,
They
think
can
about
at least
that.
analyze it.
That's a huge. Oh, look at.
You guys are.
He's like, do that again with your collar. You
guys
know
are-
it, don't you?
Look, it's not
you
even a
guys-
secret anymore on a lot of this tech stuff. Data is going to be so important now. We're in the era of we have a lot of data, but I don't think we know what to do with it a lot of the time.
Right.
Or
but
we
in this case,
Right.
is the rare having 5 million names and phone numbers and social security numbers great. I'm not going to open 5 million credit cards. This is usable stuff that I mean, geez, any company, any huge corporation would want to use that, and really any social media like dealing with.
Yeah, and
especially with
customers.
Apple
And-
taking back a lot of or implementing a lot more privacy stuff. So you got that to deal with. Facebook pulled back a lot of interest keywords for their ads. I'm going to bet you guys can pull the device ID or the device they're on, where they're doing it from, what kind of browser they're using, those kind of things.
Yeah, we've got a completely proprietary, I would call them processes in place, because obviously if you're a lawyer, you're a dentist, and you're coming to me for automated chat, you not only want to see the conversions and the qualified patients or leads that I've captured for you, but it would be so much better if I could also show you where you're spending your own marketing dollars online and which investments of yours on the marketing side of your business are panning out in high revenue opportunities, right? Because A, now you know where to hone in and really capitalize and invest more money. And B, huge cost savings opportunity. You could be spending high hundreds or even thousands in areas on Google, Facebook, or even other sources that aren't driving the leads that you thought you were getting from investing, right? So the data behind the leads, the data behind the patients, behind the customers, behind the chats is a massive part of this.
Yeah, and you could be able to geofence with that information. Like you're a DUI attorney, criminal attorney, or something like that. There's a bail bondsman area that people go to outside of the jail, or whatever. You can.
No, I might need to be talking to you offline, yo. Like,
There's
that
my
could be a
referral,
very
bro.
Good, yeah.
I told him I'd pitch it to some of my clients.
Yeah, no, my mind's racing.
Yeah, Intercom, you can suck my balls.
Suck my balls, Intercom.
Zoho Desk, you sound like a bad cover band for Led Zeppelin.
Right.
Yeah, take it.
The old good part of town.
HubSpot, you guys used. I saw that on your tabs when you pitched me. Podium. Fucking
Gotcha.
Who wants a podium, dude?
Take that.
Fresh Desk.
We
What?
looking at them tabs.
More like unfresh desk, right? Am I right? We're just roasting all the competitors.
Tidio. That one, I like that name.
Tidio, yeah, and their logo looks like two
Tidio.
tits smushed together.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, we don't mind them. Bird Eye, I used to use them. They're kind of crazy. Qualified?
Never heard of it.
Name sucks because it's too bland.
Yeah.
Live chat, same thing.
Gladly, strike 5 for the LY on the end. Dude, that shit is so old.
Gorgeous? Gorgias?
Never.
That's probably George Foreman's
Right.
grandkid because he named all his kids George, including his daughters.
And he got to name his grandkids, apparently.
Drift I'm a little partial to, only because the CEO's from Tampa and went to neighboring high school. Do you guys have live chat ability? Because I know that was a big thing with Drift. And,
So,
you need to have the manpower for someone to live chat via video,
Yeah, so we've set it up to the way where if you are a business that wants to be a little bit more hands-on with the interaction, we can notify you as soon as somebody starts chatting, and whether you're on your computer or cell phone, you can jump in and monitor that interaction live, or you can even jump into pause the automation and take over the chat. And listen to this, if you have a phone call come in or you go to the bathroom and you've got to leave that chat, the automation will recognize that you're no longer chatting with that client. It'll jump back in because it has you covered 24/7. So for clients that do appreciate that personal touch and want to be a little bit hands-on with it, especially at the beginning, we can intelligently route their leads and notify them properly so that they can jump in and internally live chat no matter what time it is and what device they're using.
Yeah, I'm very curious about y'all scaling up because it's ambitious for sure. Like, if the product is very good, you guys found a niche that, not really a niche,
A need.
yeah, for that, what I would call businesses that are hyper local, kind of services.
Sure.
And there's a lot of horrible, and you guys started as a lead gen company, so you get it from that side first, which I think
That's huge.
I haven't
'cause
heard that
means it's
story.
More than likely built out with that in mind,
well,
which is a big deal.
they're like Viagra. Viagra was, for
High blood pressure.
high
I
blood
think.
pressure, and then it went to blood in your wiener.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's been
doctors.
said a lot of
We're
times.
doctors.
Oh, my last question I have for you that I didn't ask you when we talked previously. Do you know what is the all right? So a website that doesn't have your live chat or the plugin. What do I call it? A widget? What am I calling it? What do I refer?
I'd call it automated chat. Let's stick with the A word.
What is it?
Automated chat.
Automated chat. All right. What is the stats you guys have on not having it versus having it on someone's site? What is the increase in lead capturing?
Yeah, for sure. I'm all about transparency, so it's hard for me to give data in a scenario where I'm not involved. For example, a website that I'm not on, right? But what I can tell you guys is we've analyzed data in a lot of different verticals: legal, healthcare. Work with a ton of dental and ortho offices. We work with a lot of restoration, roofing, home
Give me
service
legal.
companies. We're big in legal, and we're big in cannabis now too. But what I can tell you guys is all of these industries have one thing in common: at least 50% of consumers that come onto your website, regardless of the industry, expect to be able to chat or text with somebody without having to pick up the phone and communicate. So I can't give you a number on a website that I'm not on, but I can tell you that you are definitely letting leads slip through the cracks if you don't have some sort of automation and messaging capability on your website that's providing instant answers, instant gratification, and hyper-personalizing the experience to really provide the quickest but the best customer service possible. That I can reassure you of.
Yeah, see, that's a tough question.
Well,
Landing
I thought-
pages matter, what
No, I
they're
thought they would have
actually
like an
looking for.
average,
But I mean, without
ballpark.
running like a controlled test of his own website.
Look, make the AI bot do shit.
Get to work,
fucking
robots.
lazy shit.
Lazy ass
You know,
robots
it
not
doesn't
doing the work
sleep.
for us. Come on.
It's got an extra 8 hours on
Answering
us.
impossible questions.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? That's what AI is. It's a butler, right?
Right.
In the computer.
Yeah.
Butler.
Right.
You rub it.
It's a dumbwaiter.
and it comes out.
Yeah, no, I thought maybe, you might not, they'll get there. I mean, they're getting big enough to the point where they're going to have to pull that kind of data and to market it. It's obviously different for every vertical and every location, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Okay, well, I got nothing else. You got?
I'm good, but I'm gonna hit you up, dog.
I want to. Yeah, I'll get Eric your info, and then maybe you and your founders come back on another time.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the growing pain.
Twins?
There's 4 of them. But
Did you say there were twins involved?
There are 2 of us are twins. We're not related, but there's 2 brothers that are twins, and then 2 more single owners, me and another one.
Okay, wait. So you've got 2 people who are not related, but they have another. They are twins elsewhere. Like
No, so there's
you
4
have a twin brother or sister?
No, I don't. I wish
Oh.
I did, but I don't have a twin.
Okay, this is too big. I can't.
we haven't even
believe
smoked yet. We're going to do that between shows. Wait, I know what you were saying. So
I'm
there's
saying
4 people. 2 of them are twins, but have brothers outside of them,
Correct.
which would be 6 people total. But 4 of them are founders.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's just really interesting.
yeah, that is
That
weird.
the twin brother, they're not in it together,
And how do you know it's them?
and there's 2 of them.
How do you know they're not
2
switching?
sets?
I've
Right.
got a good feeling. It's
Dude, you could have the prestige situation on your hands.
Right. Have you seen this other guy,
crazy.
guys?
Yeah, what if the other twin comes in, just like, dude, you got to fill in for me.
I'm staying up all
I
night
don't know
writing this
anything.
movie.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Any old man advice you want before we head off?
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. You hit me with some really good old man advice when we disconnected last week. You told me to just stop overthinking the whole, building a family situation, and I did, and that it would happen. And here we are 7 days later, and it hasn't happened. So stick to that advice.
My girlfriend's pregnant.
Well, you're yeah. Well, how do we'll bookend it this way? How did you start this episode? You talked about being a little too uptight. When you're younger, are you gonna take that shit to the grave, man? Like, it's probably help.
Your dad loves you, but you can tell him what's up.
It's probably good kind of pressure. There is a good kind of anxiety that'll make you work, but too much is really bad.
Yeah.
And
There will be that day when you stop caring that what your dad thinks, and you realize, oh, he's just a guy.
when you get on the other side of parenting, you're like, oh, they didn't know the fuck they're doing. Like,
Exactly.
you had no idea.
Exactly.
You're like, they're just kind of trying their best.
But you can't force it. It's just got to happen. So you'll get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe grow a mustache or something.
But don't worry
I
about the
know.
family thing. You're 29, dude. You could be a single guy. This is what I was saying to him. You could be a single guy until you're like late 30s. And if you don't get married by then, people are gonna be like, "What's up with him?" Or you could just be a big playboy and just make sure you get the word out there. The Phoenix Business Journal, whatever it's called over there.
I've got 10 years, and if it doesn't happen within 10 years, I'll be a playboy.
You'll be fine because you know what? You're
All
a
right.
dude and you're white. No,
Yeah.
white guys. We had a good run. All right. See you later, buddy.
Awesome, guys.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you for having me.